Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my weekly review for this week's episode of The Walking Dead Season 7. This is for Episode 5, Go-Getters. And spoiler warning if you guys have not seen this episode yet for The Walking Dead. So, was really happy with this episode. This one is a regular runtime episode, and I feel like they did a really good job with this one. I think this episode is proof that you don't necessarily have to have Rick and, all of your key people, all throughout the whole episode. He's in this one briefly at the beginning, likewise with Michonne and some of the others, but mainly the episode focuses on the Hilltop and Carl and Enid. And I really liked the episode a lot. I thought it was really good. It was pretty positive for the most part, and we also had a really good score that kind of reminded me of the Gone Girl score. If you've ever seen that movie, Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, you've got kind of these the sounds when you see Enid and Carl, they're going for the roller coaster skate and everything. They're like these very relaxing, hypnotic type of tones and everything, and it fit really well. You had some chicky romantic stuff in this. I always call it that. Just anytime you see relationship stuff, the girls are going to love the episode, right? So you have Carl and Enid who hook up kind of for the first time, but kind of sort of, right, which was really cute. It was really great. And then you have, Rick and Michonne that make out, which is always fun. So you got the chicky stuff in there. Then we also had really good intro. I feel like Maggie wakes up from the Hilltop. Dr. Carson's there, wants her to stay. Gregory wants her gone because he wants plausible deniability, or at least it seems that way. But then afterwards, Gregory kind of flip-flops on it. Gregory's weird. He is a coward. I do definitely agree with that. But he did think that they were going to be in the closet. So it seems like he did kind of want to reveal them to Simon. Don't know entirely what he was planning there or what his idea was with regards to that. The first idea was definitely the best, which I think was to have plausible deniability, but it really seemed like in all the directions that in season 6 in the finale that the survivors were going, it looked like they were trying to get to the Hilltop. So it's kind of strange to me that Simon wouldn't know that, and that Negan wouldn't know that there was some kind of connection between the two, and Rick's group killing the group that was taking from the Hilltop anyway. But I suppose there wasn't a direct connection that he could have seen so far that Simon would know about. So yeah, so we have Jesus with the flowers. We've got the graves in that, which was good. You've got Gregory. He's freaking out. He had the stab wound, and then he wants him to leave. And then we've got the intro. So, and Gregory also refers to the baby as a mistake, which, and then we roll intro. So Gregory, this episode is good for people that want to see more from Gregory. He's a pretty important character later on. He's a big character in the Walking Dead comic book series, of course, being the leader of the Hilltop. And I feel like this episode did a really good job of showing the different facets to Gregory as a character, being a coward, an idiot. I don't know. Maybe Meg is right. Just more cowardly than stupid. I don't think Gregory is simply stupid. He's quite cunning and tricky, and he is cowardly, that's for sure. That said, I did really like the sequence that we got to see with Simon and Gregory in this one, where you have Simon who kind of just marches right in and everything, and does the typical savior type of thing that we see Negan do. Takes the painting, takes all the stuff, and forces Gregory to kneel. So I liked Stephen Ogg in this one. This is the most we've seen from him aside from the season 6 finale and the season 7 premiere. And he was funny to see in this one. I liked it. Thought it was pretty funny. He had some good lines here and there. And I also thought it was funny how Gregory keeps getting everyone's names wrong because he doesn't give a shit. He keeps calling Rick Rich, which, well, I suppose that's not, Rich. Well, it's kind of the same, but it's not exactly the same. I almost think he's doing it just to be an asshole, same as when he gets Maggie's name wrong all the time. And I also really liked how Maggie referred to her last name as Ree. I thought that was really nice. Of course, as all of you guys, one of your criticisms of me is anytime they put in some action or some, more fast-paced stuff, some stuff going on, that I like the episodes better. And you're right, I do. I like this episode better. We get to see some zombies. Yay! Zombie apocalypse has some zombies. We get to see the tractor. It's pretty funny. Maggie rolls over the car, the message that the Savior sent them, and they kind of clean house. It was cool to see Jesus throw some nice kicks too as well, like some jumping, back kicks and front kicks and stuff was cool. So that was fun, and I did like the stuff that they had with Carl and Enid. Like I said, the score really helped it out. I thought it was cute, it was fun, and it was good. Let's see, we've got the other parts with Simon. Sorry, I shouldn't ask. Period. That was funny when he makes him kneel when he it's rhetorical, right? He's asking him, but he's telling him. So, but he's being nice and he's smiling at him and everything. So that's fun too. It was good. Let's see what else we got. We got the Maggie punch. So she punches Gregory in the face. So I like that quite a bit as well too. That was a good one, and I did like that. Takes the watch back. That was cool. She's not taking any of Gregory's shit. I like that. And then with the Saviors leaving, we have Sasha, who asks Jesus to follow them back, find out where the sanctuary is, with a pretty great meetup scene at the end when Carl's like, oh, hey, how's it going? Jesus is in the back of the thing drinking. So it's pretty funny. So all in all, I thought this episode had a great feel. It had some good character moments for everybody involved. Maggie, of course, some really, really great kind of transformation moments. They're really taking her character, turning her more into a leader, making her more badass. She's been through a lot. Of course, losing Glenn. Now kind of getting in line, so to speak, maybe later to become one of the leaders of the Hilltop or to take over from Gregory, possibly. You've got Jesus letting Gregory know he's not going to take his shit anymore. Sasha, some cool moments for her, and really good stuff for Enid and Carl. Really makes me excited for what we're going to see from Carl coming up pretty soon. Just did a video like 2 days ago complaining about Carl not being badass enough. And we get to see some good stuff in this one too. Carl knows it's reckless. He knows it's probably not the right thing to do. Enid tries to talk him out of it, but is not able to. He's going to go forward anyway. And that, to me, that sounds more like comic book Carl, I want to say. Absolutely. Zombie kill of the week has to go to the tractor kill, I think, running over zombies with the tractor. That was fun. And so I was excited to see a lot of these sequences ever since we saw the trailer. I mean, that was back in July now. We saw some of these parts in the trailer with a couple of the Hilltop people being hung and that kind of thing. Gregory, of course, he really doesn't give a shit. He's just in it to save his own skin, right? He doesn't care. And luckily, because Jesus doesn't trust him, he uses a different closet, so it all works out, and they kind of are able to sort of trick Gregory in that way. Because who knows exactly what he was trying to do there at the end. I'm not entirely sure. But it was a really exciting episode. It was intense partway through because you had Simon. It was also fun. It was funny. I had a little bit of romantic parts mixed in there as well. And really a promising episode for the next few that we have, seeing as how we only have 3 episodes left for this half. Man, it's gone by really fast. It's kind of crazy. The promo looks great, but notice for the promo for next week, it's not really next week's episode. It's for the next couple of episodes. So a lot of stuff you see with Negan and that, I'm thinking we probably won't see that next weekend. It'll probably be the weekend after. So in terms of score for this episode, I'm going to give this one a 9.3. I thought it was put together really well, even though you didn't have a lot of our main crew. Finally someone kind of reacts in another episode to the crazy double death in the premiere, which I kind of wanted to see from more of our survivors, and they kind of skipped over that. So I thought it was really good to see that they really focused on Maggie and Sasha, where they're at, where their headspace is at, Enid, and kind of her being reunited with Maggie. There were some really good emotions in this episode, and it had a nice mix. So I'm going to give it a 9.3. It was a really good episode. One of the better ones we've had so far this season, I want to say, aside from the premiere, being a totally insane nuts episode. And episode 4 was really good too as well, and even come to visit with all the comedy and stuff. So that'll be it for this review for tonight, guys. I'll be back in about an hour for the predictions video. So I'll try to put a thing here. So check it out in about an hour from now for the predictions for what I think is going to happen in episode 6. Send me all your questions for the Q&As for this week, guys. We'll have lots more Q&As coming. All that good stuff. Going to do a death predictions video pretty soon on who I think is going to be killed off in the mid-season finale, should they kill someone off, that is. That's it for this video, guys. I'll see you again in an hour. It's Trev. I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See ya. What do you want us to do? I don't know, viewer. How about a subscription? Do you think that might be in order? Or is that too much to ask?